And we are live.
All right. Okay. Good evening, everyone. You're welcome to the month of June. Good evening, and tell us your name and then where you are joining us from. Tell us your name and where you are joining us from. Hello. Ambassador Rita and Chimdike, you are welcome. You're welcome to the 6 months of the year 2025. It's so good to have you here. Welcome. So tell us where you are joining us from. Can I be heard? Please confirm if I can be heard. If you can hear me, please confirm that you can hear me.
Yes, Mike.
Amazing. And can you see me as well?
Yes, ma.
Amazing. You're welcome. So where are you joining us from? Okay, so we are going to be starting in few minutes. Let us wait for our friends to join the call. If you know your friends are not here, please go and call them. Tell them the class has started and they have to be here. All right? Call your friends, tell them we've started and they have to be here. Do you have your writing material? You need your pen and your paper, your pen and your jotter to jot down some important points today.
Yes, our friends on YouTube are here present.
Okay. Okay. For some reason, I can't see them. Okay, so let me try something else. Okay.
What is this thing?
Okay.
We can see and hear you from YouTube. So just go ahead, ma'am.
All right. Okay, you are welcome to this session on financial literacy. So let me get my slide up. So I'm going to reshare. Okay. Please, can you see my screen?
Yes, ma.
Okay. So I'm trying to reshare it. Right. So you're all welcome to this month, to the month of June. I hope you had a good time in the month of May. Can somebody tell me just one thing you learned about leadership last month? Just one thing. What did you learn? Go to the comment section and tell me what you learned. Yes, Ambassador Rita, go ahead. Go ahead. What did you learn? You can type it in the comment section, okay? All right. Okay. Good. You learned adaptability and vision. Fantastic. I hope you are able to adapt. Is there any situation that required you to adapt? Maybe in school or in church or anywhere you found yourself? Maybe you just found yourself in a place where it was difficult for you to adjust. But because we have been empowered to adapt as a leader, I hope you are able to adapt to such situations. That's amazing. So today, we are going to talk about an important skill that we need to learn as leaders. And then this skill is financial literacy. Who has heard about that? Financial literacy. Have you heard about financial literacy? So we are going to be talking about why is financial literacy important. We are going to be talking about money and then financial freedom. These are very important skills that we need to learn as leaders and as PDAC ambassadors. So, introduction is taking control of your money. And then why financial education matters. We are going to be learning how to manage your money and then achieve financial freedom. So, like we said before, we are going to learn why it is important for us to manage money and then how this skill can change your life. So the question is, have you seen money before? Have you seen money before? If yes, have you touched it before? Because it's very important that we've seen money and then we can interact with it, we can touch it. and also interact with it. Maybe join our parents to the shop to get something. Maybe you want to pay for something. It's very important we interact with money, because it is on this journey that we can learn what financial literacy is and then how to become financially free in the future. Okay, let me see. Okay, all right. So you said you have heard about money. That's amazing. All right. So what is money? Who knows what money is? Who knows what money is? Okay. All right. Okay, I can see you. I can hear you as well. What is money?
Money is anything you can use as a
Mhm.
medium of exchange, anything you can give to get what you want in return.
That is amazing. Amazing, Ambassador Rita. Okay, money is something you use in exchange for something. So for example, you go to the mall to buy oranges or to buy apple. So you give them money, and then in exchange, they give you what? The apple that you're actually buying. So it is good to know that we all understand what money is. So we move on to what is financial education. So you see, you go to school Mondays to Fridays, isn't it? When you go to school, they'll teach you math, English, integrated science, social studies, and the rest, isn't it? Do you know that we also have financial education? I don't know if it is being taught in your school, but it's an important education that you need to learn as leaders, as PDAC ambassadors. Okay? So that is why PDAC has created this curriculum to empower you, to teach you what financial literacy is. So when you hear financial education or financial literacy, we are talking about 3 M's. 3 M's. What does it mean? Making money, managing money, and then what? Multiplying money. So go to the comment section and write 3 M's. Making money, managing money, and what? Multiplying money. There's also another part of you not engaging in debt. We are going to be looking at that together. So put it in the comment section. Financial education or financial literacy means 3 M's: making money, managing money, and multiplying your money. So these are the skills that you need. So why do we need financial education? Is it important? Yes, it's important. We have this education because it helps us to make smart financial decisions. So, for example, you go to the supermarket to buy something, for example, then you see that toy and then you see that fruit, for example. So if you're financially literate, you know that getting that apple at that particular time is healthy for you than perhaps buying a candy, right? That's making a wise decision. It also helps you to avoid debts and also being in financial trouble. You see, we have so many people, I'm not talking about you because you're already financially empowered or you're in that journey already. Some people run into debts. They will borrow money from their friends, borrow money from their uncles, borrow money from their aunties, and they can't even pay back, right? And by the time you know what is going on, they could even call the police on you. You enter into some financial troubles. But you are not going to be that person because we are empowering you to make the right decision so that you avoid debt and then you won't get into what? Financial trouble. Okay? So it also helps you to reach your financial goal. So beginning of the year, I had a financial goal, right? And then I'm working towards it. Do you have a financial goal for yourself this year? We're already in the month of June. Do you have a financial goal? So one of the financial goals could be maybe buying a house. This might just be for your parents, buying a car, sending you to college. But for you as PDAC ambassador, do you have a financial goal? Do you say, okay, I want to be able to save maybe 50% of all the monies that I receive as allowance or as gifts from people? That could be a financial goal. And then you make sure that you keep to it. You make sure that you have the self-discipline to reach your financial goal. Another thing that it helps you to have is to achieve financial freedom. Do you know what financial freedom is? Financial freedom simply means being able to make wise decisions in the future, right? Okay, good. Tell me what it means. What does financial freedom mean?
Financial freedom means living a life really without worrying about money.
That's so amazing. I am excited that we have financially literate people here. Well done, Ambassador Rita. That is what financial freedom is. Imagine that you are free in the future. You don't need to depend on mommy, on daddy, on friends, on uncles or aunties about money. You have saved up so much, you have invested so much, you have so much cash that you're able to enjoy your life, you're able to reach out to the society. In fact, you're able to give back to the society, and you were free financially. You're able to make wise decisions without depending on anybody. That's one of the reasons why we are learning what? Financial literacy. Then another thing, it also enhances financial security. It also sounds like the financial freedom. So there is something that comes up you really want to pay for. You're already financially secure. You just bring out the money and then you pay for it. So this is very, very what? Critical. Financial intelligence, financial literacy is very, very critical. And believe you me, if you acquire this skill now, it is going to be very, very easy for you when you grow up. So what is the importance of saving, right? Can you see this jar that is by the left-hand side? Yes, you can see it. So is there any importance of saving? Of course there is. We save because of emergency funds. For example, somebody is sick, right? So you can just quickly, you have the funds, you can quickly take the person to the hospital because it's an emergency. It's also important for you to save because of long-term goals, right? We have mentioned that before. You can save up for college, you can save up for a car, you can save up for something that really interests you. Of course, you can also have financial freedom, like we have seen before. So we are looking at types of savings. We have the short-term saving, which is the piggy bank, and then the long-term saving, which could be your bank account. How many of us here has a piggy bank? You have a piggy bank. Let me know if you have a piggy bank. Go to the comment section and tell me you have a piggy bank. Even if it's not a piggy bank, right? You have a jar where you save your money. It's very important. You have a jar. Can you see my own jar? Yes. You have your jar where you save your money. So these are ways that you can do what? Save money. Let me quickly check what our friends on the YouTube community is saying. Please forgive me. I can't see I can't see the ambassadors on the YouTube community. For some reason, I can't see them. All right, so we continue. So we are moving up to what? Smart spending. What is smart spending? Do we have smart spending habits, right? So spending is also a habit. You know how you have your routine. Maybe when you come back from school, you have a routine, you have a habit of what you do when you come back from school, or when you wake up in the morning, there is a habit, right? Maybe you wake up in the morning, you say your morning prayers, you get ready for school, you brush your teeth, you make your breakfast, and then you go to school. That's a habit, isn't it? Do you also know that we have spending habits? So the tips for spending habits is needs versus wants. That's the first. Do we know the difference between needs and wants? Needs and wants. Can you see the image at the right-hand side of my screen? Who can tell me if this is a need or a want? Go to the comment section, type and tell me if this is a need or a want. Is that a need or a want? Okay. Yeah, that's a need. Is a need because we have what? Food in there. We have fruits. You have bananas, you have pineapples and the rest. They are food. And because food is a need. So we have food, we have shelter, we have water. Needs are just simply things that you can do, you cannot do without them. Things that you cannot do without them are what? Need. In fact, you need these things to survive. You need water to survive. You need food to survive. You need air to survive, right? You need water. You need shelter, very important. You need clothing to survive. So these are what? Needs. So for you to have a wise spending habit, you need to focus more on need than on want. So can somebody give me an example of a want? Ambassador Rita, example of a want.
Jewelries, hats,
Jewelries. What's the second one you mentioned?
hats,
Hats?
HAT,
HAT. Amazing. So those are wants. Video games, right? Exotic shoes, designer clothes. They are wants. They are good, but they are not needs. They are wants. So if we are going to be financially literate, we need to do what? Make smart spending habits. So when you walk into a supermarket or into a mall, you can differentiate what a need is and what a want is. And then it helps you to make what? Financial decision. So we move next to budgeting. Who has heard the word budgeting? Yeah, okay, somebody is still responding. PlayStation is a want. Exactly. Exactly, it's a want. So tell me about budgeting. Have you heard about that? If yes, in your own words, what do you think budgeting is? Okay. Yes, I can hear you, Ambassador Rita. What is budgeting?
budgeting.
Hmm.
Budgeting is the process of creating plans to spend your money. That is called budgeting.
Hmm. Hmm. I like the word you use, plan. Budgeting is actually a plan. Do we give stickers in this class? You really deserve a sticker, or you deserve a gift for all the answers, intelligent answers. That is what budgeting is. Budgeting means a plan. So what it means is when daddy gives you an allowance, do you have a plan? When your uncle gives you some money or your auntie gives you some money, do you have a plan for that? That's budgeting. Have you ever seen maybe your mommy going to the market, maybe to restock? Do you see that sometimes she goes with a list? That's her budget, right? That's her budget. So if you have not, please make an effort to ask mommy, ask daddy, what next are you going to buy? Can I see what your budget looks like? It helps you to be accountable. It helps you to make smart spending decisions. Budgeting. Yes. Finally, I am now in the WhatsApp, in the YouTube community. So I can see what Moses said. Moses said, budgeting is the act of planning and what you want to do with your money. Fantastic. That's what budgeting is. Budgeting is the planning of how a person wants to spend their money. Good. This is from Omolara. Good. We all understand budgeting. So going forward, when we receive any money, make sure you have a plan for it. And next week, don't forget, we are going to be talking more about budgeting. Okay? Then we are going to show you how to budget when somebody gives you a certain amount of money, how to budget for it. All right? So comparing prices. This is also very, very important, comparing prices. So you go to that supermarket with your mom or with your dad, and then you go to maybe the fruit section, for example, and then they said one pineapple is, say 300 naira, or let's say one pineapple is 1,000 naira, and then they said two pineapples is 1,500, right? So you're going to be comparing prices. When you compare the prices, you look at the pineapples and you see that they are whole. It's good to go. Both the one that is 1,000 and the one that is 1,500, the two that are 1,500. When you compare the prices, I'm going to get a better value when I buy the two that is what 1,500. So that is what financial literacy do to you. It makes you to compare prices and then to make smart spending habits. The last but not the least is what? Avoid impulse buys. Okay, this is Michelle. All right. Okay. Okay. Budgeting is a plan you have to buy things. Good, good. Avoid impulse buys. So let me paint a scenario. Have you ever gone to the supermarket with your parents and then you went to the toy section and then you go, Mommy, I want toy. I want this particular doll. If you don't buy it, I will cry. Or maybe you start throwing a tantrum. Do we ambassadors do that? Do we do that? Do we do impulse buying? I want to hear you in the comment section. Do we do impulse buying?
No, ma.
No, ma. Good, good. Because we've already established that budgeting is important. So we don't do what? Impulse buys. If it is not on the list, we can buy it at another time, right? Because we have developed self-control. We have self-discipline on our decisions. We know what to buy and what not to buy. So let me tell you a quick story. There was one time we went for inter-house sport with my kids, right? So we went to the shop where they were selling popcorns, ice popsicles, and the rest. So I've already told them these things are not in my budget. And they saw that those things are not in my budget. So they said, oh, Mommy, can we have this? Can we not have that? I told them, please, it is not in my budget. And I was also trying to avoid what? Impulse buy. So when they realized that, oh, yes, it wasn't in the budget, they were like, okay, Mommy. So that was how we got home that day. So if we are going to make smart spending habits, we are going to avoid impulse buys. All right. Good. Example, do you really want that video game or can you borrow it from a friend? That's a good example. So instead of buying a video game, for example, if you can actually borrow from your friend, why not? But you're borrowing to return, isn't it? And you're not borrowing to spoil it, you're borrowing it and then you're returning it. All right. So earning money. Earning money. How do you earn money? How do we earn money? How do you think daddy and mommy earn money? Do you think they fall from trees? Or do you think they have a tree at the back of the house where the money grow? Okay, Precious says no, ma. So what are the ways? How can you earn money? You can earn money through allowance, right? Maybe mommy and daddy gives you a monthly allowance. They can say, okay, Michelle, your allowance for the month is going to be maybe 5,000 naira. That's what allowance. It could also be a part-time job, right? You could say, maybe you do an extra job at home. For example, maybe you clean your daddy's car and then they pay you for it. That's a part-time job, so to speak. But that's an extra job that you have done at home, which is different from your day-to-day chore. That's another way you can earn money. Another way is what? Entrepreneurship. So you make beads, you bake, you sell books, right? These are the ways you can also earn some money. You can even do some teaching or coaching lessons. Those are the ways that help you to earn extra money. Okay? We also have investing. This is very, very important. We're going to be talking about investing in our 4th week. Please don't miss out on any of these conversations on financial literacy. So you could invest in stocks, in bonds. There are so many ways. It could even be land, right? Real estate. There's so many ways. It could be money markets. There's so many ways you can invest your money. By investing, we mean doing what? Multiplying your money. Remember that financial literacy is what? 3 M's. Making money, that is earning money, managing money, and then what? Multiplying money. So when we talk about investing, we are talking about what? Multiplying your money. Okay, so I'm seeing Malobo's comments. He said, one rule, never work for money, work to learn. Learn, then remove the earl. Okay, so when you learn, you earn. I think that's what he meant. That's a good one. So financial freedom. Financial freedom. And we have seen what financial freedom is, right? Having enough money to make choices and live the life you want. Does that sound interesting? Does it sound amazing? That you have enough money to live the type of life you want. Maybe you just want to go to Dubai, right? You want to go to Paris. How does that sound? Amazing, good. So what happens? You are financially free. You can afford all of these things that you want, and then you're able to embark on them. So we have some examples here like traveling, pursuing your hobbies, helping others, very important, and also owning a business. So is there anything apart from what is on the list that you want to, that you really will make you happy when you're financially free? Apart from traveling, pursuing your hobbies. Okay. Precious says sharing. Good. So when you're financially free, you want to share because you have made a lot of money, you have saved up a lot of money, you have a lot of cash, and you are able to share that with others. Which other way can you do that? Okay. Which other way Can you live up to your financial freedom? Traveling is fun. I agree with you, Chidima. Traveling is fun. It's a lot of fun. In fact, it's one of my hobbies, traveling, right? So which other way? Giving. Good. Giving. It's very important to give because out of what God has blessed you with, you should also be able to reach out and give to other people. Charity, amazing, amazing, amazing. Yes, own a business. Own a business. Yes. I'm sure that maybe one of those days, yeah, maybe daddy or mommy is driving you to school. Maybe there is a beggar or somebody that you usually see on the road, and maybe your heart just goes out for that person, and you're like, oh, I just need this money so that I can maybe get them a house, or maybe just give them clothes or food, just so that they can be better, right? That is what giving. That's what we can do when we are financially free. Good. Okay, Chidima says celebrating. Okay. So you're celebrating for a new job or a new house or something. Okay. All right. So these are the ways we can, these are the things we can embark on whenever we are financially free. I love the sound of financial freedom. I don't know about you. Buy a house or car of your choice. That's it, right? Of course, these things are very important. So, in conclusion, you need to take control of your money. Are you seeing this boy? He's happy, isn't it? Yeah, traveling, good. You need to take control of your money, right? You need to be financially free. So you need financial education because it helps you to manage your money, achieve financial freedom, and do what? To live a happy life. So that you don't go and be depending on your uncle or your auntie or some people because you're financially free. Yes. So let me give us just some quick skills or tips that we need if we are going to be financially free. You need self-control. Okay? You need self-control. You need self-discipline if you are going to be financially free. If you are going to have financial literacy, you need to have self-control. For example, when mommy or daddy gives you your allowance, for example, you don't take the money and then run straight to the nearest shop and you want to buy all the biscuits, you want to buy the juice, you want to buy, what else do you want to buy? The shawarma there, right? Good, good. So you need self-control. You need to be able to say no to some things. That's a skill, ability to say no. Yes, I have it, but no, I'm just going to hold on, which leads me to the next point, delayed gratification. Delayed gratification. So let me tell you a quick story when I was growing up, right? So while growing up, my daddy will come back and then he'll buy bananas, bunch of bananas. Then he'll place it on the dining table. You know how it is, kids. You run around, Daddy, can I have banana? Can I have that? And you'll be like, no, just leave it. Do you know what he'll usually say? He'll say, allow it to get cold. And me and my sisters, we were wondering, how can a banana get cold? Banana is not hot. It's not like pizza, right? It's already cool. So why would daddy say, allow it to get cold? We didn't know that daddy was teaching us what? Delayed gratification. He was teaching us self-control. And so we just go round and round and round and round the banana. And you dare not touch the banana because daddy says, hold on, allow it to get cold. Then after a while, we'll just come and knock at his door. Dad, is the banana not cold yet? Can we just have it already? He'll be like, no, hold on, let the banana get cold. You know what? By the time we finish settling down the table, my daddy will come back and said, now you can have the banana. So what happens? We will not eat the banana with gratitude. We have waited for it, and now we can eat it. So he did that many times, and then it now became a part of us that, okay, delayed gratification is very, very important. If you are really, really going to be financial literate, if you are going to be financial free, you need that skill called what? Delayed gratification. Okay? Okay. So some people have gone to week 2. I love this class already. He said you must follow your money principles such as the 50-30-20 rule. Amazing, amazing. We have financial gurus in this class, and I'm excited about it. We are going to be talking about budgeting next week, okay? Thank you for that, Malobo. Thank you for that. So we've talked about what? Self-control. We've talked about what? Delayed gratification. Just hold on for a little while. Just hold on. Just a little wait here and there. It's going to save you of a whole lot. Okay? Then another one is willpower. You just walk into that mall and then there's a lot of chin chin to pick. There is pizza, there is shawarma, those yummy things, ice cream. And the weather is so hot and you needed that ice cream so badly. Right? Those are desires, those are temptations that if you don't have delayed gratifications, if you don't have the willpower, you can just jump into it, thereby making you not to reach your financial goal. Isn't it? So we need this skill. We need what? Willpower. To be able to say no, to be able to overcome those desires and temptations when it comes to impulse buying. So let us make sure that we imbibe in some of these skills. And another one I also mentioned is persistence, being consistent, right? So you're able to say no today. Are you also able to say no tomorrow? How about next week? How about next 3 months? How about next 6 months? Like I told you the story about my daddy. He did it years upon years, days upon days, weeks upon weeks. We didn't even know he was teaching us financial. We didn't even know that. So let us also be what? Persistent in what? Financial, in learning in our finances, in financial education. Let's be persistent about it. And trust me, before you know what is happening, you'll be financially literate, and then you smile and be happy like this young boy on my screen. All right. So start learning, start saving, and earning today. Before we call it a day, I have a task for you. So your task is, if you don't have a piggy bank, remember we said one of the ways to save money is what? Using a piggy bank, and that's for a short term, right? I know some of us, our mommies and daddies have a bank account for us. That is amazing, right? But we need this piggy bank to help us to do what? Interact with money. Let's touch it. And we've also learned about what? Delayed gratification. Imagine you have something like this. Imagine you have something like this. It is staring at you in your eye, but you can say no. I'm not going to open it. I'm not going to open it and then go to the market or go to the mall and buy what I want to buy. So it's going to teach you some of the skills that we have highlighted. It will teach you self-control. You are seeing the money, but you're not going to touch it, right? Unlike the one that we have in our bank accounts. It might be difficult to even go there in the first place. But when you have a piggy bank, when you have a jar that you are seeing every day, it will help these lessons that you have learned to sink. All right, so get a piggy bank, get a jar, anything that you have, bring it. We are going to be working with our piggy banks or our saving jars from next week, okay? So anytime you're coming to class for this financial literacy class, I want to see your jars on your table, all right? So thank you so much, ambassadors. It was nice and a privilege talking to you about financial literacy. I remain your coach,
Ma'am.
Coach Catherine. Yes, yes, Chimdiki, I can hear you.
Please repeat what you say when you say bring the money on the table. Please repeat it.
Okay. So it was, you can mute your mic now. All right, so what I meant is in this financial literacy class, so in the month of June, always come to class with your piggy bank or your saving jar. All right? Always come to class with it and then keep it on your table. All right? Whether there is money in it, whether there is no money. So make sure you come with your saving jar or your piggy bank. If you don't have, use this week. Tell mommy and daddy to get you what? A piggy bank or a saving jar and then come to class with it. Is that clear? Okay. Moses said, what if you are not in the Zoom
Okay,
meeting?
ma.
Good. Still come. Yeah, this is for everyone. This is for everyone. Moses Ode is for everyone, okay? It's for every PDAC ambassador on this call. Yes, bank is good. Bank is very, very good. It's very good. But we need to start teaching, we need to start learning self-control, delayed gratifications with this. That's okay, David. If you don't have, I don't have a piggy bank, it's fine. If you don't have a piggy bank, okay, just get a jar. Tell mommy to give you a jar, an empty jar, and just label it saving. It's fine. Or you can make it good. Malobo says you can make one. Good. You can even get creative with it. That's also very good. Moses says, how will you see if we are not on the Zoom and if you're on the YouTube live meeting? Not to worry, not to worry, just come with it, okay? Thank you so much, PDAC ambassadors. Coach IJ. All right. Thank you so much. Do have an amazing week ahead. Okay. Okay, just a minute. Coach Victor, please, do you have the creed? Let's recite the creed and then we call it a day.
Yes, I do. So you need to stop sharing your screen so that I can share mine.
All right, sir. Okay. Please, you can share the creed with us. Okay. All right. Thank you, Coach Victor. So let's recite our creed together. I am a PDAC ambassador. I am a child of God. I understand myself. I discover, develop, and unleash my God-given potential. I have strong beliefs and values that guide my actions and decisions. I cultivate good habits and follow principles that lead me to success. I am a confident and inspiring speaker. I dream big dreams, set smart goals, make great plans, and take quick steps to make my dreams come true. I am a great leader. I inspire myself and others to achieve great things. I am excellent in my academics, and I love to learn new things. I believe in myself, and I have a positive self-image. I understand and manage my emotions well, and I am sensitive to others' feelings. I am proud to be a Pdac ambassador and will fulfill my duties with love, respect, excellence, and dedication. So help me, God. So help us, God, in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you once again and have an amazing week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.